Agriculture is not what you think. And in this video, I'll be debunking some farming myth that people are used to, or let me say, some agricultural myth that people are used to. In this video, I'll be doing sort of an awareness or talking about some of these myths and discussing it for people to actually understand that agriculture is not actually what you think, and these misconceptions need to be corrected. Number one, I'll be giving out 3 farming myths or agricultural myths that many people always circulate or always talk about. Number one of this agricultural myth is people believe that whatever you plant, you can be able to sell. Whatever you plant, produce, you can sell. But that is not actually true. It is not like that. We believe, or we as farmers believe that anytime you produce and have farm produce, you can be able to sell those farm produce and make profit. But does it mean that whatever you produce, you are going to sell? No, it is not true. Before you go into production, before you go into farming, it is important to, I always preach research. Go to the market, do a market research, do a market survey, and know what the market in your location are looking for. It is more easy to penetrate into the market when you produce what the market is looking for, but it's difficult when you produce what the market is not looking for. You find it difficult to sell out your farm produce. So that particular myth that people think that whatever you plant, so far as you are producing food, that people must buy, and with the misconception that it is food. People eat every day, so if you produce anything, you will always sell. It is not true. Do your research, go to market survey. You know when to plant a particular crop and when to stop cultivating or when to start planting a particular crop. See, you might be doing the right thing. You might be producing what the market in your location need, but you might be doing it at the wrong time. So it is important to do a market survey, know what your market need, and produce it for them. So that misconception that whatever you produce, you will sell because it is food, it is not true. You will end up producing and not having people to buy. In one of my videos, I talked about a farm that called me for consultations that produced a large volume of cucumber and were not able to sell. You can imagine producing over 100 bags of cucumber and you are not able to sell even up to 5 bags. Cucumber is needed, there is market for it, but is it the type of cucumber that is consumed in your location? That's one thing you will have to know. They produce cucumber that were not the type that is accepted in their location, and they were not able to sell it. So you might be planting the right crop, but what of the variety you're planting? Is it what is accepted in your location? So debunk that idea that whatever you produce, you will sell. It is not true. It is what the market need that we sell. So do your market survey, research, read, learn, and understand the market, understand seasons. With that, you can be able to produce and sell at any time. So debunk that idea that because I'm producing food, whatever I produce, I will sell. That is not true. You will end up losing your money. Number 2 of this agricultural myth I want to talk about is people say I am passionate about farming, and because I have passion for farming, that means I will succeed. That is still not true. I know I did a short video about having passion about farming, and how passion is not enough to make you succeed in agriculture. That is an agricultural myth, that if you have passion for agriculture, then you can be able to succeed. Even though you have passion for farming, the ability for you to turn your passion into business makes it successful. So apart from having passion, understand the business in agriculture, convert that passion into business, understand the business aspect of agriculture. That is what works. So your passion is not enough to make you succeed in farming. So debunk that myth that because I have passion for agriculture, that means I will succeed. Number three, and the last of the farming myth I want to talk about, and I will elaborate this to the best of my ability, is people think that farming is cheap. People think that farming is cheap, and that have been a huge misconception in today agriculture. That's why you see people say farming is for people in the village. Farming is for the elderly people because they think farming is cheap. People think agriculture is what you can just wake up one morning and go into because it is cheap. Now, I understand that you can start small. I actually started very, very small. I understand that you can start small. I started with 1,000 super banana stands and survived with 900 that really did well from nursery and transplanted 900 stands. I started with that. So I understand that you can start small, but even in that small, you are spending money. You are spending so much money for labor, planting materials, the feeding, the water supply, the farm setup. Even for a single plot of land, it requires money. When people tell you how much they spend in setting up just one plot or two plot of land for just maybe pepper, you'll be surprised of how much they spend in that small space. So farming is not cheap. Debunk that idea that farming is cheap. Farming is for people in the villages. Farming is for the elderly. No, farming is not cheap. You have to prepare your mind, make plans, prepare, and get knowledge before you go into farming. Now, the process of planning, preparation, and getting those knowledge, you are spending to acquire knowledge. You are spending to prepare your land for farming. You are spending to get labor to work. You are spending to get farm inputs. All these things are expenses. So farming is not cheap, no matter how small. You can start small, but it is not cheap. So before you can think of going into farming, don't just think. Because another misconception again is that people believe that as far as I have land, so long as I have land, I can plant anything and it will grow and I will sell it and make money. So as far as I have land, I can plant anything I want to plant, a thing will grow and I will make money. It is not true. It is not true. Pumping in money or having a farmland does not mean that you will succeed, because you don't only plant, you take out time to also maintain those plants. In fact, I always tell my mentees that farm maintenance is more important than planting itself. That farm maintenance, the maintenance or the agronomic practices you do in your farm is far more important than putting the seed in the ground. That has been my ideology. So anytime I want to go into a project, I plan the maintenance, the practices I will have to do to make sure I give this plant the adequate feed, the feeding program, the treatment routine that they are top notch. The planting is not even the problem. Maintenance is more important. So that idea that whatever I plant, so long as I have the land, I can plant anything and they will grow and I will make money. It is a misconception. It is a myth that you need to debunk. Even if you pour in money, another thing again, people believe that when you put in money, I have the fund, I have the finance, I put in the money, I will get my money back. One thing about farming, it is not cheap, but there is a guarantee that when you put in money in farming, you are sure that your money will come back if you do the right thing. You may still put in all those money and lose them if you fail to do the right thing. That is why I always do videos for agribusiness, farm tips on how you can make sure you sustain your business and grow that business. You understand? So that idea that so far as I have land and I have the money to put into the farm, I will get a return. It is a lie. You will get your money back when you do the right thing. I hope you got value watching this video. If you do, drop a comment in the comment section. Tell us what you think about this video, and if you have any questions, you can also ask, and I will be here to respond. See you guys in my next video. Bye for now.